Hi, it's Pam and Renee.
Hello.
It's us for our next episode of Pam and Renee Untamed with another segment of Let's Talk About It. And in our efforts to always provide superior service and information to our clients and everyone else who's listening to our podcast, as realtors in Maryland, we always try to find things that are relevant to home ownership. So today's informative podcast is going to be from an article called Why Does My Toilet Clog Every Time I Poop? As a homeowners, I think this is something
Very important.
Very important.
Very important.
Clogged toilets are not good.
No.
So here we are. We do know that clogged toilets are a rather embarrassing occurrence that happens to most of us. I don't
Particularly embarrassing when you have company over and they clog the toilet.
Very embarrassing.
There you go.
Or as a realtor, if you're showing the house and the person you're showing it to uses the bathroom and clogs the toilet.
That's worse.
It's awful. They may be due to how we use your toilets, the condition, or the state of our home plumbing among other things. So the state of your home plumbing. Our state is Maryland.
Yeah.
I'm assuming our home plumbing is fine.
I don't know how you check the state of your plumbing, but I guess maybe we'll get to that.
Hopefully everyone knows what state they live in anyway. However, sometimes toilets get easily clogged, and you're left wondering what you could be doing wrong. So, a clogged toilet signifies greater underlying issues within your house plumbing or the main sewer line. You definitely don't want a backflow of poop into your toilet bowl, and the earlier you solve it, the better.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think it would, if it backs up too much, it's filling up.
And could exit the top of the toilet bowl into your bathroom.
Yes, not good.
Not good. Not a good thing. No. Okay, so here we'll delve deeper into why your toilet clogs every time you poop and what you could be doing wrong.
Well,
you might be doing something wrong while you're pooping.
You just got to do what you got to do when nature calls, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you got to poop, you got to poop, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay, so the first problem could be that you're using too much or the wrong toilet paper. I'm telling you, Charmin. It makes for a better go, you know?
Well, I don't know.
That's what they say. That's what those little bears on TV.
Just going to say they're running all over the place.
Yeah, those bears are saying, oh, my tushy feels so good because I used my Charmin. So toilet paper ideally disintegrates quickly within the sewer lines, enabling a smoother flow of waste materials. I personally prefer that my flow is smoother. How about you?
Yes. Smooth is always the best. Yes.
Always the best. A few squares of toilet paper are sufficient, as long as you use 2-ply.
Yeah.
If it's 1-ply, you need more than a few squares.
You need like 12.
Yeah. But most of us use and flush more paper than the toilet can manage.
Okay.
Most of us? That's an interesting statistic.
Well, I think because people don't know. So this is why we're educating them.
Right.
So when you get a house, you don't have this problem.
Right. So only use a few squares of paper. The result is that flushing water won't be sufficient to break up the paper into smaller pieces. They then end up forming solid lumps within the drain lines and clogging them. So this problem of using too much or the wrong toilet paper, they have a solution.
Of course, there's always a solution.
Always a solution.
Problem. Yes, there is.
Use and flush an appropriate amount of toilet paper.
Do you have to test it? Let's try 3 squares. Let's
versus
try 12.
5 squares
Whatever.
versus 12 squares.
Yeah.
And I maintain still that depends on what toilet paper you use, right?
I guess, yes.
Has to be 2-ply, but yeah. Keep the squares down, folks. This is what we're trying to tell you. Right?
I was going to say, too, if you're on city sewer and stuff, it makes a difference between septic and sewer. So we'll see if we get to this part, But if not, we can always cover it in another one, So.
Yeah, or we can add our own personal knowledge to this podcast.
About poop, right?
About poop.
Yes.
Sure, I have a lot of... Listen, my personal knowledge about shit is pretty high. Okay. A history of flushing non-flushable items. That's clearly a problem.
Yeah.
Over the last few years, there's been a glut of flushable products released in the market. A glut.
Yes. Well, they say everything is flushable. Then you find out after you've done it, it wasn't so flushable after all.
Yeah. So it says the example they use is flushable baby wipes.
Yeah.
But ask a plumber if they would flush them down their own toilets, and the answer is always a resounding no.
No. Yes.
So don't flush your baby wipes down the toilet. This is something we want to tell you. Products such as baby wipes, cotton buds, sanitary towels, disposable clothes. Disposable clothes?
Well, I don't have any of that. Maybe disposable diapers.
Adult disposable diapers, yeah.
Maybe. Could be.
Maybe. But the fact that they're adult diapers right there tells you that definitely should not be flushed. Okay. Hair?
I don't ever put my hair down there.
No, I try to keep my head out of the toilet. I don't know about you, but I don't
Really?
do a whole lot. Dental floss
I don't use dental floss
in the toilet. No. Wet wipes and waste food. I guess if you don't have a garbage disposal, you wonder how many people thought it was a good idea to flush their food down the toilet. It's not.
A good
Don't
idea.
do it.
Don't
do it. And waste food belong in the non-flushable items group. They don't disintegrate as quickly as toilet paper and form large lumps down the sewer line.
Well, see, if you get the lumps, then when you try to use it later, the lumps can prevent other things from going by pretty soon.
Such as your poop.
That's it.
Which is the important thing that has to go down the toilet.
We certainly hope it goes down there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what they're saying. Consequently, these lumps slow down the drainage and cause many problems for your home plumbing system or municipal sewage system.
There you go.
So, okay, let's think about this. If you don't have a garbage disposal, scrape your food into the trash can. Try to keep your head out of the toilet. These are all solutions.
So your hair isn't going down.
Your hair is not going down there. I mean, if you need to throw up, I guess I got to put your head over the toilet.
Close,
but
yeah.
hold your hair back.
Yeah.
Okay. Disposable clothes. Don't throw disposable clothes down.
Of any kind.
Right. The Goodwill is happy to accept clothing.
Right.
I don't know about
Maybe not those.
disposable.
Yeah.
But try to use a trash bag because it's not so good when you take your disposable clothes and throw them down there.
No.
And dental floss, I highly recommend putting your dental floss in the trash can after you put it between your teeth.
Yes. Yes. Not in the toilet. No.
Not in the toilet. Okay. So consequently, these lumps slow down the drainage. All right. So we figured that out. So in this article, it says the solution, the only 3 items you should flush down the toilet are pee, poo, and toilet paper. Pee, poo.
There you go.
Pee.
Well, I think it's pee, comma, poo.
Oh, pee, comma, poo,
Yeah,
comma,
yeah.
and toilet paper.
All right, then.
So important to note, do not flush these other things down your toilet. Okay? But this is supposed to address why it's backing up every time I poop.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. So the next part of this article says a blocked S-trap / P-trap.
Right.
Now, my first thought is the S-trap is for shit and the P-trap is for pee. But apparently I don't think...
It's not a PEE trap.
No, it's just and it's not a SHIT trap.
That's
It's
right.
just an S-trap. So let's find out a little bit more about the S-trap and the P-trap. So the S-trap is the S-shaped section of your toilet drain that links the drain pipes and the toilet bowl.
Right.
Have you ever stood to the side of your toilet and looked to see what it looks like?
But actually, you can see it. It's part of the molded into the bowl. So you can
That's
see
the
it.
S-trap.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the S-strap, and it links the drain pipes and the toilet bowl. Its role is to hold water and prevent odorous sewer gases
Coming back up.
from going through the toilet bowl into your house.
That's right.
That's a good thing. Every house I go into that has an odorous sewer gas, I usually recommend to my buyers that may not be their house of choice. How about you?
Well, I would definitely want to get rid of the odor gas. Yes.
For certainly. Okay, so we want to keep that out of your house. In some designs, you may not see it as it. See, I told you, you may not see it. I don't always see it. In some designs, you may not see it as it may be hidden behind the wall,
Right.
while others opt for a P-trap.
Okay.
Okay, so blocked S-traps are more complicated because the blockage may not be apparent until the toilet is fully clogged.
Right.
Also, the S-trap blockage may remain even after the main sewer line clog is cleared.
Okay.
Okay, but it doesn't tell us what the P-trap is. I'm still a little...
I think it's just the formation it makes. You know, the S is kind of an S, and the P is shaped like a P.
And so clearly if it's shaped like an S, it causes more problems because the blockage isn't as easily seen. And it could be big because
Yes.
the S has a lot more places for you to get
and you
stuck.
wouldn't know. You don't see it, so.
Yeah, right. So they do have a solution in this.
Well, good.
Yeah. Use a toilet auger to break up the clog. Alternatively, call a plumber to study and clear the blockage. So the point to our podcast, we always hope, is to avoid the excessive costs in home ownership.
Sure.
And the DIY solution to just about everything, right?
Exactly.
So the DIY here is to use a toilet auger to break up the clog. But the other alternative is to call a plumber to study and clear the blockage.
Well, we just hope he doesn't have to study for too long because he's hourly.
Just by the hour. Excuse me, please don't bother me. I am studying
the toilet clog.
Toilet clog.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
So hopefully you get one who's a quick study.
Yeah.
That's the one you want. That's the guy.
You know, Pam, always thinking. I love
That's
it.
it.
I love it. Okay, so the next part of this is clogged plumbing vents.
Can cause this problem.
Yeah, can cause the problem of every time you poop, the toilet gets clogged. Drain pipes have vents that release sewer gases safely through pipes in your house's roof.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
If you ever look at the outside of a house, there's smaller pipes sticking out in different places. They're from sinks or toilets. Or
for
something.
sewer gas.
Yes, yes.
It's a little bit unnerving to me that we are polluting the air outside with sewer gases.
Well, better outside than in your house.
Good point.
That's a point.
Good point. Okay. These vents also let in clean air to the drain pipes, creating more suction and pressure.
Well, that's what you need because you want to suck that stuff out of there. You know, if it don't have enough pressure, it's just going and then it gets stuck.
Ugh.
Not a good thing.
All right. So consequently, this increases the toilet's flushing power. Oh, so the suction is what increases the flushing power, allowing flushed waste materials to flow smoothly. Again, we're back to smoothly down the drain pipes.
Right.
Okay. It's important to note here for those of you who are listening to our podcast, since you can't see it, that the next portion of this article is highlighted in purple. I'm not sure
I don't know why purple. We would have done a yellow. I think, you know. But
maybe
that's
they
okay.
would. Yeah, this is purple, so pay attention because it's purple. Any obstruction, sealing, or clogging of the plumbing vents reduces the toilet's flushing power. Oh, any obstruction, sealing, or clogging of the plumbing vents reduces the toilet's flushing power.
Exactly.
The result is that flushed materials don't move quickly to the sewer lines, resulting in clogs.
Ergo, if they don't go down all the way, you're stuck with it halfway.
It's called a clog.
That's it.
The definition of a clog.
That's it.
So they do have a solution for clogged plumbing vents. Whew, good thing. Use a plumber's snake and hand to clear the clogged vents. I don't understand exactly why you have to use. Well, I mean, I know why you would use a plumber's hand because who the hell would want to use their own hand? That is gross. What is a plumber's hand? I mean, other than the thing that's attached to his arm.
I don't know for sure, but I know that we personally in my house have had to use a plumber's snake.
Yes.
We do own a snake, and we have used it, but you have to be careful because you're going into a porcelain bowl, and you could crack it, scratch it, whatever, which makes it worse because then later usage makes the cracks get full of, and then that's it.
Well, and I think there are a lot of reasons to be careful with a snake anyway, because first of all, you have to know that it is a non-poisonous snake.
That's true. Kind of a metal type of snake, yes.
You have to make sure.
I'm not sure with the hand to clear the clogs, unless your snake brings forth some stuff and you want to get it out of the toilet.
Oh, the good thought.
Maybe. I don't know. They didn't go into any, that's the end of the highlight there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so because this is highlighted, we're going to remind you, in the event that your toilet flushing power has been reduced, the result is that things won't move down and it results in clogs. So use a plumber's snake, not a poisonous snake, not a snake that's going to get away, not no rattlers, no garden snakes, nothing like that. And a plumber's hand to clean the clogged vents. Don't use your own hand.
I would prefer a plumber's hand myself, yes.
Too. But that sort of defeats, again, the DIY.
That's it.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Here are the other reasons why your toilet clogs easily.
Wow.
There's a lot of them here. So
this first one is something.
Yeah. clogged, punctured, or broken sewer lines. So, you know, I think here it's probably worth mentioning that they now offer, and probably have for quite some time, in the list of varied inspections that a buyer can opt for when they're purchasing a home. One of those is a sewer inspection. And in older homes, many of the places around Baltimore City per se, where some of the sewer lines are very, very old, it may be a good idea to do a sewer line inspection prior to purchasing a home.
They don't last forever.
They don't. They don't.
Can crack and become like not able to let stuff pass through.
No, and when stuff starts bubbling up in your front yard, your neighbors get really upset.
Yes, that's a truth.
Okay,
yes,
so clogged, punctured, or broken sewer lines is not a good thing. And you can always talk to your realtor about the potential for a home warranty that potentially covers the sewer line.
Could be. You would have to make sure the one you're looking at would cover something like that. Because not all of them would.
Exactly.
But that could be.
And it is the buyer's responsibility in most instances for the sewer line going from the street to the house. If the clog is in the street, then you can start blaming it on the city and making them come and fix it, or whoever, the county, the city. But good note here. Okay, and another reason why your toilet clogs easily is malfunctioning low flow toilet.
Right.
So a low flow toilet is fine, but a malfunctioning low flow toilet is not acceptable.
Well, you know, the low flow toilet came about when they all wanted to start saving water, because the older toilets flushed whoosh with a lot of water.
Whoosh! Let's do that again.
Whoosh! With a lot of water. And then they said, oh my gosh, we're wasting all this water. So they came up with the low flow toilet.
Low flow.
And unfortunately, they don't flush all the way sometimes. It's not enough power.
So something to think about, sharing story here so you can all get a good laugh. I was in San Francisco a long time ago, many years ago, when they were having a water shortage, and all of the bathrooms in people's houses, they had taped notes up that said, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
And they still use that saying today, because I have two sisters in California, and when they were in the drought, they had those signs everywhere.
Yeah. So, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. So important. But if you do have a malfunctioning low flow toilet, you might want to look into that. Which brings me to, if you have a malfunctioning anything, you should probably look into it. Clogged sewer lines. I thought we discussed.
Kind of did that a little bit. Yeah. We talked about having it looked at
an inspection or something like
that. They
do
have cameras now. They can feed through, and then they can see things like roots from trees and stuff can break through some of that pipe and then causes a clog.
Absolutely.
All right.
So good information. Insufficient water in the toilet tank.
Yes.
I thought that it fills up and then the little bubble thing goes
does,
blah, 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 blah.
But after some time, some of that water can evaporate and the water level can go down. So once you flush, it's like not so much water pushing everything out. So you have to make sure it's at the right height.
So if you are gone for, 2 months and nobody uses the toilets in your house, you might want to check the tank before you start using it and make sure that it has enough water, because if you left your house too hot and it all evaporated, then you're going to be in big trouble.
I guess it's kind of slow to evaporate since the tank has a cover, but, the bowl would be evaporating too, so you wouldn't have as much water in that either. So.
True that. Okay. So important.
Okay.
And they also are saying if you're using water that is too chlorinated or too hard, that could be a problem, and it could clog your toilet. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't usually check the chlorination in my drinking water, because it's coming from the city. But
true. I think that maybe those two items would really benefit you to check if you're on well water,
right.
And if it goes through something to purify it before it gets to your faucets and stuff, because they have stuff you put in there. I don't know.
Well, and so that brings us to the part where we should probably talk a little bit about if you're on a septic system. there is special toilet paper that can be used if
Yes.
you are on a septic system. It is a more biodegradable, not that all the toilet paper isn't biodegradable,
Right.
but
This is better for that.
it's
Faster degrading.
better for that, faster
And
degrading.
you really don't want to use too much because you're going to end up with a septic system tank full of stuff that you really shouldn't have in there after all.
Yeah, true that. Now, this also brings me to our last podcast. If anybody wants to go back and listen to it, if you are on a septic system, maybe our last podcast was about how to remove an unwanted bidet
Yeah.
in your house. If you are on a septic system, maybe a bidet is the right answer because you can get rid of some of that. Yeah, use a little less toilet paper if you use that little bidet.
Could be, yes, indeed.
So
But then again, you are in a well, and now do you have enough well water? We have to see that. Yeah,
That's
but I'm sure that's a personal problem.
That's another personal problem. Okay. So this has given us some ideas for unclogging your toilet. The one thing, even though the title of this article was, "Why does my toilet clog every time I poop?" One thing we didn't discuss is perhaps your poop. Maybe your poop is not right for the toilet.
Maybe you need to see a professional about it.
And if I were you, I would not call a plumber.
Like with maybe an MD behind it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So if your poop is causing your toilet to clog every time, and you have gone through all of the steps that we have discussed with you here to get the toilet unclogged, I would recommend that you see maybe a gastroenterologist or a proctologist and see if there's a poop problem.
See,
with
we
the
don't
actual
know.
poop.
We're not doctors. We're not pretending to be, but that might be a good idea.
Might be a good idea.
But
yeah.
Do pay attention to the kind of toilet paper you're using, where your poop is going, is sewer, septic, whatever,
Right.
because all that makes a big difference.
Right. And this article ends with, if your toilet is still clogged, to get in touch with a professional, a pro.
Dedicated team.
Dedicated team. We recommend, of course, a licensed plumber.
Yes, always.
The licensed plumber wouldn't have an MD after his name.
And we're licensed realtors.
We're licensed realtors
get a licensed
in Maryland.
plumber.
Get a licensed person,
Yes,
but not a realtor, because a realtor wouldn't know how to
we're
fix
not
your
so
toilet.
good about that. No.
Actually, I hate when my clients call me and say my toilet's clogged and you come over. What about you? I prefer they invite me to their housewarming.
I'm busy that day.
Yeah. Invite me to your housewarming party. I will bring some food. I'll bring some drinks, but I'm not bringing my toilet plunger.
Your auger.
My auger to unstop the toilet.
Oh, my God.
But we do appreciate you tuning in with Pam and Renee Untamed. We will bring more to you as often as possible so that you can become proficient in your DIY projects.
Or just give hints about what to look for when you're looking at homes.
Right.
Pay attention to this, that, and the other thing. The other thing is always the bad thing.
The other thing. The thing that you didn't pay attention to.
That's right. That's right.
That's why it's important to call us.
It is, very.
Because we know what you should pay attention to.
And since we're with one of the best companies around,
Yeah.
you would definitely want to call us because we're the best.
We're the best.
And it's the best.
And
so there you go.
Right, there you go. So feel free to reach out to us anytime at png.untamed@gmail.com. We'd be happy to answer questions that you have, or if you know somebody that's looking to buy or sell a house, you would want to have these two experts handling it for you. Absolutely. So thanks again for tuning in. And
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Look forward to next time.
Our next podcast. Absolutely.
Okay. Ciao.
Ciao. We take back that ciao. Keep listening. Keep listening. The email address that I gave you was wrong. I had one of those brain farts. It wasn't a large poop though. It was just a brain fart. And the correct email address is pnr.untamed@gmail.com. It's been a rough morning. Hope your poop is well, and we will talk to you soon.
That was Renee that made the mistake, by the way.
That was me. So pnr.untamed@gmail.com.